Hey guys, Brian with Spinal Fusion Shop here. Now, I apologize, this is gonna be a quick video. I just had a kid, 3-month-old, so haven't had much shop time here. What I'm gonna try and show you is for my 2023 Chevy Colorado, I purchased a Lomax stance hard tonneau cover in urethane. And when I went to review all this and look and did a ton of research, I find online nothing but good reviews about how weather tight this is. I go to their website, how weather tight it is. I can't really find any more recent videos on how this thing performs. Everything I read was this is the best cover, premium price. So I went ahead and paid it, installed it. If you guys know me, I'm pretty anal. So I made sure to follow the instructions. And when I went to drive in the rain for an hour, I came back and all 4 corners were leaking. Now, I went and emailed Lomax. They did respond quickly, and they promptly responded with, that's a problem with Chevys and no tonneau cover is watertight, which I kind of question that because your advertisement kind of shows that it is pretty weather resistant, and I leaked a whole heck of a lot of water. It's not an install issue. I sent them a whole bunch of photos. They blamed panel alignment on the truck. Okay, no truck or anything US made is gonna have perfect panel fitment. So that's my issue with Lomax, is they do not account for the minor imperfections in the manufacturing on the truck. And I'm talking like 1/8 inch gaps. So I'm gonna walk over here and show you what I am talking about. All right, we're back, and I apologize. Everybody's mowing their lawn. It's a weekend here. So one of my problems, they give you a bulkhead seal up here, and I'll kind of show you a drawing of what that looks like. It's in the shape of a U, where it has a larger seal on the front and a smaller on the back. It kind of goes kind of like that. It's a U. And then on the front of this, there's another seal. They do a pretty bad job in the instructions of saying how these two interface. If you look at the actual truck bulkhead here, the truck bulkhead ends at about right here, which is where the U seal is. So the last bit of the U seal is right here, and they have another seal that's in front of it. So it's almost like this piece goes in front of the U seal, and you don't know which way the U seal is supposed to go. Is it supposed to fold this way? Is it supposed to fold that way? They really didn't answer it, but that's not even kind of my problem. When you go under here, there's some clamps right here that keep this thing down, and you can see how it's angled up. It really does a horrible job of trying to seal this corner. So you have a big gap right here because you have the plastic that Chevy has, the plastic, and then you have your regular bed. And so there's a big gap because the way they do this rides on the plastic. And I'll show you that's how a problem. I mean, you even have like how they do the seals, the big hole right here in the seals, and then it leaks. The bulkhead itself is fairly well sealed, but the design can't overcome any differences, period, any differences in the Chevy truck. So right here, there's a big gap. And everything was installed right, where if I try and lift this up, you'll see the U seal right here. My finger's on it. The U seal's folded backwards, and there are other seals in front of it. And the U seal comes right up against this and right up against their rail. So everything was done right. It's just a poor design. And then overlap on the bed is very minimal, to the point where you come back. I'll show you the best on this side. I mean, it's so minimal that you can see right here where it's not covering anything. And this is where the big leak was. And they say that, no, that's not their problem, that's a Chevy problem. But look at the gap of air that's in that side. There's no contact with the bed. Contact on the back seal is good here, but again, in the corners, it's just such a poor design. This side has more bite on it, but it's not much. They give it about 1/8 inch on each side. And so here's where I had a big problem. If you look at my tailgate, this tailgate is about 1/8 inch lower than the outside. And because this rests on the outside, there's a giant gap all along here where you can actually see in and see there's a orange label back in there, but this is not resting down flat. Again, because their seal, they rest on the outside, and their seal is subpar. It can't overcome an 1/8 inch panel gap. So the water will leak in here. We got to realign the tailgate. Now coming around back here, I did buy their optional tailgate seal kit, where you can see I've sealed the tailgate. That's pretty good, but again, there's better kits, better seals on the market. ESI makes one, and right here especially, they have instructions on how to double this up and how to put some extra little pieces over here to really weather seal. They even have instructions to, you know, up here to, I didn't put this level all the way up, didn't think I had to, but ESI has better instructions than Lomax. Lomax also tried to say from their engineer, from when I sent a photo, that they said this rail wasn't horizontal. That rail is completely horizontal, and by the way they show that is there should be a gap right under here, and you can see there's the gap on the latch. If we go on this side, they tried to claim that this one was not horizontal either from a photo, but it's completely horizontal to the bed right there, and you can see there's even a gap as they use to kind of show that there's a gap on the latch. So they basically did everything they can do to blame Chevy and the design of the truck, not the design of their product. So I would honestly go with a rev or a backflip. I'm probably going to look at the backflip MX-M4 for this truck, but everything got installed proper, and up in the corners there, they're hidden behind the latches. There's a thing to secure the, it's actually right there. My focus is, there's a little bracket that secures and supposedly tightens down to the bulkhead, but leaks in all 4 corners. And I'll show some photos, and they literally say use silicone, which is just not something you want to hear on a, you know, $1,200 thing. Here's a better view of how the side doesn't work. If we're inside the tailgate, you see, because their rail is right there, has that big old gap where you can see the light is coming right through, and that misfitment is where water's coming through. But hey, we don't warranty that. Cool. Something else you should know about Lomax. Now, I did install this, and within a week, it took time to rain, and that's when I noticed it. And so I contacted them, just asking for help. They immediately assumed it was for warranty purposes, but I just wanted some help, make sure I installed it right. Nothing's out of alignment. You know, the seals were good. Speaking of seals, I sent them a photo. When you fold the thing up, there's a seal, and I'll put it up here, that has folded over on itself. I've only folded this thing once, and they've completely not even acknowledged that fact. So I assume that's probably going to leak at some point. So I asked them within a week, what's your return policy? And they said, once you install it, you can't return it. Okay, so let me get this straight. On your website, you say it's weather tight. There's a bunch of videos you made that say it's weather tight. And then when you purchase it and learn how weather tight it is, the only way to do so is installing, you can't return it. So I'm stuck with the product and no support. So I guess I'll get a whole bunch of silicone out and hope for the best. But I mean, based on this experience, no, I would not purchase this. All right, so I'm out here trying to use their silicone, as they say. I noticed something. Remember how I said in the video earlier that this top seal is kind of trash and their instructions were horrible? Well, you can see half of it went forward, the other half went back. And then, you know, this was put up as close as possible. This was put over here, but I mean, apparently this leaks. There's no coverage over this. It's not a good design. And I'll go one further. How you look at their corner seal, that's just like this, can allow water to channel right in. They say that this is a Chevy problem, and I just not following it, not believing it. I think that's a Lomax issue. Several hours later, I'm back with the ESI Ultimate Tailgate Seal. It is actually a lot better than the one that Lomax offers. Has this additional piece to seal in. I came all the way up to the top. If you're gonna buy this thing, just know, come all the way up to the top and use some 3M weather strip adhesive and put it on the back and the side. And this thing seals up finally pretty nice when it comes down. I'll let you know how it turns out in the rain. Here's one more thing Lomax didn't think about. Here's the ESI kit that I ordered for this Chevy Silverado. There's no ceiling further back here. There's only ceiling right here. And this right here is where the tailgate touches. So what I did was I purchased the ESI tailgate kit and I added this extra seal along right here. So what happens when you close the tailgate, nothing's in the way. There's the tailgate close. You can kind of see, here's the tailgate and where the seal is, and where I've placed this seal right there. So if I can get this to focus. Where I placed the seal right there, we'll come into contact with that. So you got an extra layer of protection of sealing.